Okay, I'm sort of thing, but I've been given permission to do it, so I may as well do it. I've said this before, and I absolutely stand by it. No one can fault me on this either. I think that content creators don't add much to musical content unless they actually know music theory. And I don't. I just like music. But MiHoYo gave me the go-ahead. Well, Hoyoverse. So I'm not going to turn my nose up at the gift horse here. I am going to enjoy it. The one thing I have to kind of accept, though, by being here... is I have no way of avoiding spoilers for that new song. Which, unfortunate, oh well. I won't know the music video, that's gonna have to be kind of good enough, isn't it? Oh, God, the chat. Jesus Christ. Let's just... Oh, yeah, and on a random note, just because I can, how many people paid attention to the price bump up for PlayStation 5s now, after them being such of a pain to get a hold of? Now they're bumping the price up too. Though I know that Japan's having issues lately when it comes to... I'm pretty sure it's Kyoto's kind of borderline bankrupt, which is, lovely, isn't it? So much yatta in the chat. Yeah, it's, Sony is just that confident in their product. Meanwhile, Xbox is intentionally not raising their prices yet. Yay!
テスト完了。やっぱり私の声は素敵ね。あら、もうすぐ時間なのに、どうしてまだ眠ってるの？
Because it's early.
起きて。起きてよ。
They better give us this costume. It's a good outfit.
私のコンサートを見逃したりしないわよね。
I hate the Japanese voice still. I prefer the Chinese one.
私たちの間にどうしてガラスがあるの？
Because she doesn't want most of the fans anywhere near her if it was real.
気をつけて。少し下がって。
You should have kept that glass barrier up. That I do want that outfit for Elysia in game real bad.
高潔で純真な魂。これはあなたのための音楽の夢。気に入った？
Valid.
あなたが目を覚ます前に一緒に旅をしましょう。
That green screen's doing overtime. We can even see the shading from it.
まず自己紹介から。花のように美しい少女。あのケビンと同じように有名な副首領。
They're doing their own Hatsune Miku who concert here. It's all good. Oh, we've actually got a name for the track. Nice. Anticipation of the violins going nuts. They started off on a good note, yes they did. I still have very mixed feelings about streaming something like that. Also, the frame rate, it might just be on my end, but for the Elysia model, just went really choppy for a second there. So it's neat that they added accurate movements in. The bit I do know about music, I do know that her movements as a... Ugh, God, my neck. Where's my drink? And they're even adding in her Herrscher background as well. That's neat. Okay, good. It's not just me. What the... Bad! Don't! Jesus. Normally this is where the violin would be prominent. Instead it's the piano getting forefronted. You're gonna see me use bad music terminology here. And the only reason I know it's significantly different is because I have this on my phone, the version from the trailer. I did some minor editing to it so I could use it as a ringtone. Because, yes. Not everyone has to be an expert to appreciate music, oh yeah. Why couldn't it be the Chinese voices? Overpowered. You need a new alt. Overpowered as a support as well. Snake. We're not getting you playable. Old unit. Not playable. Not getting you playable even though it'd be cool. And then Kevin, we're not getting him at all either. Vilvi got you, can't give much opinions. Powerful support. Used you only in the event, kinda busted. As a Hersher, you're broken in your own realm. And you, I wish you were bloody playable. Things are only gonna go poorly in the story. Oh, okay, that's kind of neat. The most interesting part of this is we're actually getting names for the tracks. In some cases, because I'm pretty sure I've not seen some of these names before. Snack. Yes, snack. I'm waiting for them to release merch of the little doll that Klein made Mobius for a birthday, considering, you know, there's a plushie of the bloody whale thing from Child's Constellations that he uses in his ultimate. How come we don't have a snake plushie for Mobius? You would not ever be able to catch most people playing a flute. The flutes and any wind instrument seem like the biggest pain to utilize. It's like while singing would be. You're not just focusing on your vocal output either. You've got to pay attention to an actual instrument. Hey, remember when everyone thought Eponium was connected to Genshin because of similar statue? Yeah, I kind of want to forget as well. Because that always seems to happen with anything. Ever since people discovered what Genshin MiHoYo is because of Genshin, everything Honkai gets linked back to Genshin. I played clarinet back in like 6th to 8th grade. Ugh. I have a family member who plays the clarinet, but I personally played violin and cello when I was younger. Obviously, I did not pursue those. Would have been neat, just expensive. When it was in school, fair enough. I didn't have to buy an instrument for that. And to play well, you need a good instrument. And good instruments are big money. Imagine how distracting it must be, though, for all that lighting to come in for the actual musicians. Especially the ones that have, like, metallic parts on their instrument, like some of the wind instruments. probably are. Just I'm thinking, imagining your first like performance if you got dragged up onto stage for something like this and you've just got all the lights reflecting off your own instrument at you. Oh look, a snake! The name of the track. Real. At least Mobius got honoured recently with like one of the best skins in the entire game. I don't think anyone could fight me for saying that, right? This rendition really reminds me of something, and it's gonna annoy me now until I remember what the music I'm thinking of is. I've used the skin, it's gorgeous. The only thing is they changed the sound effects of her attacks, which is a bit off-putting. Ah, fair enough. You can see Kurikara in the background just then. It wasn't just me who saw it, right? That flash of red. I mean, well, I just love the sound of. I wish they gave Mobius's new skin the sound effects from in the event, where you just get this like stupid slap, bloody soundbite when she transforms in the event. Put that on the battle suit, it'd be funny. Not as vibrant as the battle suit itself, but at least amusing for what it is. I'm glad that they're actually sticking to Flame Chaser related music. Because I feel like for the previous concert, the most underwhelming track that they did to me, and this is sad for me to say, it's Cyber Angel. I feel like that was the worst rendition change in the concerts of any song played in them. And I don't mind Cyber Angel, it's not my favourite, but it's definitely not the worst track to me out of this game series at all. While the best one, in my opinion, was Rubia last time. The child choir was a really nice touch. And we have to give credit to Padofelis' music. It's a bop. The vocal majority who are crying over Flame Chaser's focus the past few chapters are weeping salty tears now. Good! Screw them, they're wrong! Also, neat little touch, they've added little bags that are full on the side of the stage with the flag. That's a nice touch. The little platform. It's not really a minority though, it's not a majority either, but I've seen quite a lot of people complaining. Could be me being in certain Honkai channels. To be fair, in the Genshin channels, I've seen people actually complain about Honkai as well, which is really frustrating. Because it's not even relevant. I hope it's a bloody minority, I really do, just because I've really enjoyed this story. And it's only gonna make me sadder when, you know, the ending of it comes to global and I finally get to see the animation, that's gonna suck probably quite hard on the inside. Genshin complains about Honkai. Honkai complains against Genshin. The fan bases are like oil and water. Yeah, but at least the Honkai community doesn't scare voice actors off of having their private DMs public on Twitter. I would say there's a worse one for how they approach situations, if I'm being very, very honest here. Oh yeah, of course. Just it only takes a minority to ruin the entire thing for everyone else. Oh, okay. This is the new song. Fuck. Oh, and they even got a performer in on this one. Nice dress. This is a bit of an oof for me. Oh well. Goes out my way to avoid it. Concert, of course, makes it a vocal point. Can't blame them, but oof. Yeah, at least they're not showing footage. That would hurt. That bloody bass drop, alright. Already on the lyrics, this is very fitting for Elysia. The thing is, the VR stuff, it's likely using the in-game engine, so it likely isn't actually that expensive versus the physical props and the musicians. Obviously the musicians would be the biggest cost. But I don't think the virtual reality setups are that expensive since they could actually use the in-game stuff. It's just a lot of green screen setup. Like, if you obviously didn't have the pre-established environment set up, if this doesn't exist in game, that'll cost a lot more money. Still a lot to do for a game that most people seem to assume only has a year or two left. Well, they said they had that much time left. It's not an assumption. They said that's how long the story had, which likely got extended because of COVID. And the thing is, if they make a good impression with this, even if it doesn't have that long left, all of the community is going to move on to Honkai Star Rail anyway. So it's not money going down the drain. Also, hi Judah. And there's a sword we know. I'm surprised. I'm waiting for Kevin's theme to pop up because realistically it kind of should. It'd be fitting. nature of this UFO. Right. Okay. Well, big. God, it's been a while. This makes me feel, I don't know. Nice pickup with that guitar, though. Really? Just put them on. Screw it. Yeah, let's put them on the. At the end, are we gonna see this chick get bopped by Kiana? Okay, the background for this hurts a bit. But to be fair, all of the expense has gone into creating the jet. We gotta give him props for that much. Jesus. Superman 64-esque background. Yeah, wouldn't shock me. It's like you can tell the versions that had budget versus the ones that didn't, but as said, the jet that has been rendered that they're on has a lot of detail on it. So I can't even like fault it. You can see the sheen off the metal. Well, quote unquote metal, you know what I mean. But it's like those buildings in stark contrast. When you see something so detailed and then stuff that's not, it's kind of jarring to look at. Of course, just, you know, I am. So I'm noticing it. And since I can't really comment much on the music, I may as well comment on what I can visually see, since I am actually qualified to give opinions on stuff. Qualification in computing, qualification in art and design. Oh god, the bloody homo on the building. Starsha focus on the pretty jet. No. No. Now, let's see if they can hurt me with night glow when it appears. Because we know it's gonna happen. Oh, for fuck's sake! No, I didn't mean to jinx that! Fuck off! Alright. Fine. Why do I do this to myself? I hate Kiana's English voice, well, Japanese voice so much. Why isn't it the Chinese one? And that just stings. And the violin hurts even more. Okay, because they're adding violins in and I have a bit of a bias, I kind of feel like I'm gonna like this version more than the last one. Fuck's sake.
Kiana, あんたが目を覚ましたとき、すべてが変わっている。
Boy, things have changed since you died, Himiko.
諦めないで。何があっても諦めないで。
You won't be catching me trying to sing this song like I usually do when no one else can hear me. That's not happening. Yeah, and I jinxed it as well. Hi. I was like, please. So what am I gonna have to do when they play it and try and kill me with Night Glow? Immediately Night Glow starts playing. And they're doing an instrumental with violin and cello to hurt me. And I know all the words to this goddamn song. This is on one of my devices as well. This is... and You guys have no idea like how tempting it is to actually either hum or sing this song, and I really don't want to since I'm not having that on stream. No one is clipping that shit. No one could pay me enough to do that. Nope. No. And of course they include this. Hell yes. At the very least. Ah, the mirror imaging. Love that. Thank you. Appreciate that. We need a future voice channel session. Nope! No. That hurt. That part of the chapter made me cry like a little baby. Ugh. Oh, Himiko, we miss you. But it's a good thing they didn't make an alternative version of the character. And yeah, I recognize this. It's nice they're keeping all of the Kiana theme songs together. What is reflected in my eyes? We're actually going to see her grow progressively as the concert goes on, it seems. Next one will probably either be Rubia, or it's going to be, we know the song, Moonhiller. Yeah, no, you haven't missed out Bird's song yet. It's not come up. Deeply engraved my memories, but not forgotten in thee. I'm glad that they focused on an acoustic touch to these songs instead of last time where they actually went dropping the beat with some bordering dubstep for some of them. Sealer, they played your song last time. Tough. This punishment for how shit our Star Roll counterpart was. Thank you. I didn't say it this time. Oh. They did not play. Oh no, it's the other song they played. Oh no, track's escaping mind. Alright, no, they didn't. What's the name of the track? Oh, that's gonna annoy me. That's gonna annoy me now. I'm gonna have to look back at it and see what I'm thinking of. Oof. Question is, can they top the Rubia that they did last year? Because the Rubia last year was nice. Rifle triggered all the chippers with that one. Hey, if he's triggered them just now, then I triggered them with my playthrough of the beta test, alright? Because I constantly dunked on how shit that was. Constantly. The beta test was great. Sealer and Bronya in that beta test weren't. Bloody rain down though. Obviously it's not real war in this instance and it's just effects, but Is it Ruby or is it Moonhiller? No, it's dubstep. Oh, they did Cyber Angel. Okay, fair enough. Please be better than last year's. Because I don't mind this song. Just please don't do it dirty. Well, I don't have this background in game, and I'm definitely not gonna ever use it because of the one that's coming. This thing is just completely veiling their face. Valid. Valid. I actually do like this one better than last year. Yeah, it's her. Oh yeah, I know. It's just the type of veil she's using is the thing that's caught my attention more. It's like a beaded one. I don't blame her for not wanting to show her face. I wouldn't want to deal with that at all. There's a reason I don't have a webcam for this. She's doing her best art my cosplay. Valid. I like the backing, the way they've modified the backing track to this. Also, all the amps. All the amps. All the good makes of amp as well, to be fair. Listen, it could be worse. It could be the Genshin community. So, if we're going in order of songs, Miz, we're going to get Honkai World Diva in on this afterwards. Last time, I will give credit, as much as I hate how the community reacted to the dancing in it. And, you know, constantly going on and on about shipping. I did like the violin last time. So let's see. Yeah, there it is. Of course it's Thunder. Of course this. I kind of feel like it's hard to hit a low with this, considering the bloody song in general and the instrumentation used for the song. It'd be kind of hard to fail with this one. It's one of the songs that kind of translates outside of the game into just being good, genuine, standard music you'd listen to anyway when out on the go. What happened last year with shipping? When they did this song, they had two dancers together, and the community kind of went nuts about it, going, "Oh, look, me and Kiana." Right, alright. It was a bit awkward. Nice dress. That's so weird to do when it's about real people dancing. Yeah. It's because, of course, it's symbolic of the two characters involved. What if they just decided, fuck it, we want some choreography in this? And it's nothing to do with the idea of how close they want to portray the characters. They're just like, we want some dancers on stage for this to entertain the crowd. Why not? But it's like this area existed in-game, so I wouldn't think this would be particularly expensive to recreate or use for the green screening, since they actually have the map existent where they can explore the space. this time around, obviously, the drum kind of feels like it's at the forefront, which is a nice touch, since usually in the actual song itself it tends to be the guitar. Last year it was violin, and then this year it's going for drums. Now it should be Rubia. Yep. No. Okay, no, they're going for just general music for it. Fair. They're not going for all the actual lyric songs. Valid. I'm not faulting it. Nice dress in the back. And if it's not the right name for the outfit, I'm sorry. We have to give credit anytime they play anything relating to Azure Inferior or the environment that she lived in. We just have to. It's like, yet again, this shouldn't have been that expensive either. How much wood went into making that water wheel? Listen, it doesn't matter if it's for the bird. They can have whatever they bloody want. No, prideful, shut up. Damn it. Different flute. No. And I'm gonna say it again just because I truly believe it. Playing a wind instrument has got to be so difficult. Or at least the most difficult to get into out of all instruments you could probably play. And I know there's a downside to most instruments, but it's like when it comes to string instruments, there are kind of ways out with it. You can get picks. In the case of violins and cellos and certain other ones that allow you to have a bow, you're avoiding contact with your hands. With harps and things, you can get finger picks. With guitars and things, you can use the same finger picks or guitar-specific ones. You don't guaranteed have to hurt your hand. Aside from when you're reverberating strings, then you do, because you actually need the sensation of touch. And because it does impact the tune of the instrument when you're trying. I do know a little bit about music, not loads though. Seems to be right just from a sensory search. Well, it's like the control of the amount of air you're putting into the instrument in the first place, and then you also have to concentrate on hand movements as well for reaching notes. And then you obviously have to still go through the trouble of learning the instrument. If there was an earthquake, that town would be fucked. Yeah. One, part of the mountain would slide down on it. Two, then it'd topple down the rest of the mountain. Because look, it's holding the rock structure up with wooden beams. So all it takes is that mountain falling a bit forward, and then it'd probably knock down the base underneath it too. And it's above cloud level, so how high up? Also, that's Rubia being played. I hear it. I hear the notes. Are they going to transition smoothly into Rubia? I will rate if they do. And they get a singer in for it. Come on. It'd be nuts. Come on, it'd be nuts. No, they're not gonna get the singer in time. I'd laugh if they still play Ruby again after this, despite they've got the instrumentation already in. They're just like, here's more of the bird. One song for bird, one song for Yata, it works. Yeah, valid. You guys have no idea how hard this is. I listen to Honkai music so much. I pretty much know all the words to all of the songs. But the specific ones I know especially well because I bop them a lot on my phone. This being one of them. And this is a beautiful rendition. Now, MiHoYo, never try and kill the fucking bird ever again. Please and thank you. She needs to live forever, like, eternally. No sacrificing her, no anything. Somehow throw her into APHO just so we know she's still around. Star, you're gonna jinx it. Shut up, no I'm not. I'm literally touching a wooden desk. They can fuck off. Well, I was just gonna be chilling on the moon or something in APHO. Sure, why not? Kiana needs company. I was gonna say something completely different. Why? Okay. Yeah, of course. Where the fuck is Moonhiller? Not that I'm faulting it, but where is it? You've just skipped a track. That I'm not gonna fault a different version of Regression, because I do think Regression is the best, one of the best standalone songs out of the lot. That breath. I'm not used to hearing his Japanese voice at all, because I always use the game in Chinese dub, because Chinese dub is the best. And the thing is, this song can represent way more than just Oto's journey. Like, one of the characters I thought of first after re-listening to the song was Kevin. The idea of just living and it being... Shit! This line... So, who wants to place bets on the fact that Rubia didn't have a singer this time because money, because the person to get Rubia singing is fucking expensive. Sure, Cecilia is just doing her dirty during Oto's cinematic, man. That's dirty. Yeah, of course they had to show him shooting Hawa. It's one of his, like, key moments that all of us remember. It'd be disappointing if they didn't show it. But the fact they showed Cecilia, who he pretty much caused to die, is an oof. I like this rendition, though. And they, of course, showed him ripping his arm out of whatever the fuck was stabbing into it. It always hurts me seeing stuff like that. It's unconditional pain. Get Hawa off your damn clock, you dick! That was an innate reaction. I'll appreciate his victory. Oh yeah, I give mad respect to the way he finished things. He did exactly what he wanted. But still, fuck you for what happened to Siren, fuck you for what happened to Hawa. Fuck you what happened to Cecilia and Siegfried. Just, yeah. Pretty much all the rest of the cast is fucked over by consequence of what he did to those characters. Now, when they when they release this, I'm hoping they release a soundtrack version that doesn't have Oto speaking through it, so this can go on phone. He's lucky he didn't live in the same era as the other flinches. That's one way to put it. Good note to visually seemingly finish on. It makes sense that it'd finish on visuals of Callan because, you know, it's what he died for. But hey, this is the most selfish thing one can do. I called it! Oracle Fair. Where the hell is Moonhilo though? I'm confused. They completely skipped Moonhilo, which is an ouch. Rubia, they kind of both did and didn't because they involved the instrumental. But still. Hey, man. Girl, you've gotten a lot better. Adam, I like your friendship with Lyle. Lyle's great. They might be ending with it again like last year. The thing is, I'm surprised that they didn't, you know, end on bloody this year on Elysia's song. Instead, they showed us it really early on. Because that, to me, would have made the most sense. It's how this year of... Well, you know. Yeah, how this year kind of Honkai is ending on that song. Also, I still haven't seen the end of APHO2. I should probably stream it. I've intentionally not made any progress in the story. All the characters are level 99 with all their skills. Past transitioning to the present makes sense too. Yeah. It does make sense, it's just, you know. They're not doing it in chronological order because we haven't had Moonhilo yet. Realistically, if they were doing it in chronological order of the story, Oracle would be the last song because it takes place years in the future from the main story. They really showed me getting skewed. Of course they did! Because it bloody hurts us. Why wouldn't they show us that? It still hurts. Oh look, I haven't seen you yet, so that's... Guess I've got stuff to look forward to in APHO2. They can wait a bit still. Figure that's a neat effect on the stage. I rate that, that's kind of cool. Just moving the hand and doing the attack animations. Hey, do a attack between the bloody favourites. Why can't I be the Chinese voice? I'm gonna say it every time. Glorious dream of the future, huh? Alright. Ah! Fuck you!
します。ブレイクディバインジャッジ山崩し It's my time お目覚めよ競争の主よ攻略展開運命を変えられなくてももう逃げないゼーレローニャは来ました
Kevin's gonna revoke your driver's license. Why did you have to show the twins? Yay! Cool bursts. Let's go with the old animations. Now, give us a new alt for bloody Hawa. She kinda needs it. Make her the best support for both physical and elemental again. Because the Zero Inferior is pretty damn old. The Journey of Stars. Huh. Okay, sweet. I love how they skipped Fischl. Listen, she was there in the Genshin fans' imagination. Inherit. Oh no, they skipped Evangelion! Pretty sure it is, yeah. Also, I like the fact that they added the Chinese instrumental in. So it kind of makes me think about Hawa's guidance. No, I think it's just trailer music in general. I'm trying to think of the trailer's name, but either way, I love the fact they showed an image of her shuffling style. Okay, no, it is. Okay, good, because I just got really confused when you mentioned it wasn't. But I like the fact they involved the instruments that would kind of be in theme with Hawa, since obviously she helped Kiana get to this point. She also unintentionally screwed her over at one point, but we forget that. We forgive it. Oh, look! They're actually involving something relating to Seele in this. Okay, fair. So yeah, no, this is StarChases Mix's trailer music. Neat visual on the claw being in the background. Holy shit, she exists. Yeah. Now. Oh, they're adding Rita's, yep, there it is. We're actually getting names for these tracks. I actually appreciate the fact we're getting the names of them. And this is one of the best bits of music in the entire series. Quote unquote Rita, you know what I mean. It's a SP version of Rita, leave it. Plus, it's not offensive to associate this track with Rita herself. It is a great bit of music. Asian music, what are they playing? She's on SP, shush, shush, give me a break. Wait, Swashing Star. I don't remember this at all. Shut up. Shush. I'm gonna have to go back to the trailer this was from. I don't know this track at all. Okay, I do know this one though. We know Domineer. Electro version of Yatta, let's go. Oh. Huh. Not what I was expecting. I wouldn't have expected Sakura music to play here, but fair. Dark Lance is its name, valid. Didn't know its name before now. I'm gonna be real upset if they really skipped Moonhill and Ruby are being actually performed. Like, it's still a great concert, just it's a shame if they have legitimately skipped both of them. Fair play on one to leave off on. Oh, look at that background. Come on, give us a name title. Come on. Yep, there it is. Good. Thank you. Don't skip Moonhill. Huh. The sun will shine. Sometimes I see a dying bird fall to the ground, but it used to fly so high. I thought I were no more than a bystander till I feel touched so real. I will no longer be a transient when I see smile with. This is, I'm sure I recognize. Yep. Alright, it is what I thought it was. Okay. They're using YouTubers and community members for the song. That's what's going on here. I recognize literally two of the people in passing from different songs. I don't know how I feel about it because some of the voices don't harmonize fantastically, if I'm being 100% honest. Some of them are really good. No, not a chance. Also, did I just see a cat head him? God damn. Oh yeah, it's a choir, but of actual community members and YouTubers. It's not a random choir. It's like I've literally recognized two of the people from this. Some of the people are actual MiHoYo devs. Oh, okay, that's a neat touch. But I've definitely seen YouTubers. Harmonica. I rate the people with instruments. It's not just me though. I hope I'm not coming across as rude here. Some of the harmonizing is really off. Also, I hate the fact that there's VTubers in it. I'm not even gonna lie about that. The people who are censoring their faces with images, valid, I'd do it, but... And this is probably the most cost-effective song out of the lot, because realistically, I'd assume that people agreed to do this for free. The fucking derp, Teresa! I cover, that's mint. I need that to appear again. Where is it? That was great. No, I didn't see it again. Damn it. Highlight of this. The stupid dirt Teresa turned up.
あなたと共に咲くわ。
That's one way to put it. This game has definitely given me sadness that'll stay with me
ありがと
forever.
う。ひとときの夢を共に過ごしてくれて。
Uh,
それじゃおやすみなさい。
we need that dressing game. Thank you, MiHoYo. Okay, I'm gonna leave the credits to roll. It's like, I just don't want it bloody doing anything on its own. This is the music from the skiing animation. Yep, it is. I recognize it. I know what I'm on with. You guys know I pay way too much attention to these videos. Like, I remember this specifically, like, out of all the tracks I could remember. The bass will pick up in a sec. With me going down the slope in the visual. That was a good concert. Where the hell... Rubia didn't get any voice to it, but it was still there, so I appreciate that. I'll say something, they did Cyber Angel so much better than they did last year. I approve of this version of Cyber Angel. Last year's version, I wasn't that fond of. Night Glow, meanwhile, I have to say, was probably the best song done in this trailer, in my opinion. But that's because I really like violin utilised in instrumentals for songs. There wasn't anything that I thought was meh last year like last year's Cyber Angel. It wasn't even... Last year's Cyber Angel was the most disappointing out of the main songs. Like, the ones that actually have lyrics to them. But it wasn't the most disappointing thing in last year's. Meanwhile, this, I am not disappointed with anything they gave us. Rather, I'm disappointed in the fact that Rubia didn't get actually sang, but it'd also be expensive to get that singer back, so it's valid. And I'm not disappointed in it, I'm just kind of... I mentioned that I think it's a really nice touch to have the community sing Moon Halo, since it is the song that kind of represents the future of this game. And maybe the entire series tied to it. Oh yeah, of course we remember the Elysian Realm theme. We're gonna always remember it. My ear's trying to discern this, I recognise it, but I'm not going to be able to put a name to it, and that's going to wind me up. Okay, that's all there is. Valid. I want to see if I can go back and find something. And I don't know why I got suggested just then KSI stuff. While I know who he is, why the hell am I getting recommended it? That's cursed, YouTube. Don't ever do that again. I'm gonna fix that after this. Where is it? Just because I have to end on a funny note, get the hell off of my screen chat. Just because the chat is cursed and I don't want it. Let's see if I can find the visual just because it'll be funny. Nope. Oh, come on. Nope. Oh, come on, don't. Oh yeah, also, Regression, they did well with. I really liked Regression in this too. Nightglow first place to me, then Regression second. If you guys disagree, that's fine. I'm intrigued what you'd think is the best track out of this in your honest opinion. I'm not finding what I want, which is gonna annoy me, so I'm just gonna replay something just because I bloody can. Okay, let's go back to Nightglow just because I can. want the start of it. If you reload the page to show the proper... Fair enough. Let's just let this song finish and then get back to Nightglow. That's all I want. That's all I want.
自己紹介するわ。私は村田姫子。
Also, it hurts that they showed the
今日からあなたたち
birthday
の教官を務めるわ。
bloody visual for her, the last thing we actually got of her.
いつか仲間が崩壊エネルギーに飲まれ暴走したら迷わず
You can see Siegfried from the back there.
もし
There he is, yeah.
いつか私も
And obviously, the instance where she likely took off his arm, studying, cute, pain.
Kiana, あんたが目を覚ましたときすべてが変わっている。でも諦めないで。何があっても諦めないで。
I can't wait for them to hopefully release all the music here without any of the characters' voiceovers. Because I want this on my phone and I want regression on my phone.
もうそばにいてあげられない。
Pain. Also, if you guys want me to do something down the road like this again, if Hoyoverse / MiHoYo lets content creators know again that they're inviting us to do this, I'd be willing. Just without permission to, I don't feel right about it. Playing this song and showing how hard Kiana / Sirin took it to heart during a fight. It's like Starfall, the only reason she went to the defense there was because of Himiko as well. Kiana's Japanese voice still takes me really out of it. She has one of the worst. Her and Hawa have like probably the worst casting choices for the Japanese, and it's such a shame. To me, Kiana sounds way too childish in Japanese, while Hawa sounds way too old. Yes, she's old, but she's not physically old. She's just aged a lot mentally. Yet again, made me cry like a fucking baby. Now, let's go back to regression because I really like regressions do as well. Round here. Whilst Japanese VA, I can cut a bit of a break since she's like in her 50s. Oh yeah, I'm not saying that she's a bad VA. I just don't like the casting choice specifically for Hawa. Only because they're making her out to actually be that old, which, yeah, she is old. Not physically, though. There is youth in her. There is the wish to live. Fun fact about Kiana's Japanese VA, I just learned about looking up. She voiced Juniper in Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Oh, wow, fair enough. It's like, to me, if you're going to cast a voice in another language, you should try and keep the kind of intentional choices made within the original dub casting within the transition between languages. In the Chinese version, Kiana / Sirin doesn't have such an immature, childish tone. In the Chinese casting for Hawa, she doesn't sound old at all. There's moments she's very done with people's shit, though. The only time she's casted intentionally to be childish is during Hersher's sentience, which makes sense. Mentally, she's a child, essentially. This song on re-listens to has made me cry, though. Although I've mentioned this before, the sorts of... Look, Cecilia's in the back. That's just offensive. That's just offensive, this she was sure. God damn it. But, as I was saying... This is one of those songs that touches a sensitive theme that actually does really kind of hurt me, and is the entire reason why Xenoblade Chronicles 3 hurt me so much. Personal experiences, blah blah blah, yada yada yada, stuff I don't want to discuss on stream, or even like on the server or anything, because it's personal. And every time they show Oto rip his, like, arm out of the bloody thing embedding it, screw you for showing Hawa on the clock. That's offensive too. It hurts. Like, this specific part is just the rise of the music. Oof. But do you think the Flame Chasers are a match for False God Oto? Yes. Yes! Kevin could backhand him into oblivion. It wouldn't even be a contest. It's just basically flick. And all of his organs are ruptured. And his body's like breaking apart at the seams. And even not him, Aponia would fuck him up, Mobius would fuck him up, and she isn't even like, neither of those two are combat potential Mantis, they're just kind of broken. And then Elysia, who is more Honkai than Oto was. Elysia would definitely be able to kill him, or just imprison him forever. It doesn't even need to be a kill, just take care of him. It's not even a matter of, like, needing to kill him, it's just a matter of either trapping him or beating the ever-loving shit out of him. Then they just keep him stuck in a perpetual cycle of beating the shit out of him for all time, yeah. I respect Oto for what he pulled off, but I still have some things I'm not impressed about. Calva sweet and a turtle punching bag, indeed. Listen, that would be some good use. That's how to get some good use out of Oto. Listen, it's a way that Kalpus can vent his frustrations while making the rest of us actually quite happy. Something that there shouldn't be an in-between for, but there actually is. The one thing I'm still worried about, though, is what's going to happen in main story, since May literally has no reason to stay in World Serpent anymore, especially if Kevin still aims to go through a Project Stigma. And it seems to be implied that the 13th Hersher is bullshit, and I've thought that it kind of had to be since we met Elysia. But the imagery showing her born in a mass of crystals, it likely implied that she has to be the first Hersher in a way, or the first Hersher to exist. Since, if she ages at a natural rate, then she appeared before the Hersher of Reason, meaning she'd be the first. Meaning the next Herrscher is the Herrscher of the End, if that's the case. Meaning Project Stigma, it's now or never. And the moment he enacts that project, I doubt that May's going to agree with it still. 'Cause why would she? Meaning she'll likely leave World Serpent, and that just makes me sad because I want a conversation between May and Kevin because she knows a lot about him now. Like, a lot about him. Because of being in Elysian Realm. The poor guy's lonely, man. He needs something. But anyway, good bloody concert. I gotta give credit, all the performances were good. I like some of the performances obviously a lot more than others. But I'll give some props to specifically Cyber Angel because last time they did it so dirty. I'm sure that some people liked last year's Cyber Angel. Good for those people. I didn't. I'm gonna express still, while I appreciate the concept behind Moon Halo this time around, I think the concept's better than it is in practice. Because not all of the people, if I'm being totally honest, are good at singing. They're no paid professionals. Aside from if you count YouTube money. And even in the case of YouTube money, it's not that hard to get views on anything on YouTube if you tag it well. So I'm not even going to give credit to some people when it comes to being a YouTube singer. As harsh as that sounds. YouTube's an entertainment platform. People will literally give you views even if you're bad at it. Even if you suck at it, people will still go to your channel and notice it. And if it's bad enough, it can still go viral. And that's a rough time. I'd say most of the air ones got drowned out in the chorus choir part at least. Yeah, but you could still hear them at the start where they're first introduced. And it does impact the overall song. Like, that alone would take me out of it. If I was listening to music, for example, in a car or on a train, I would turn the song over the moment I heard that. Might be harsh, but when you buy a song, you get it for the overall quality. One small part will just make it less replayable. So that's a personal opinion. And the thing is, as much as this might sound bad, this was probably the cheapest one to set up. Because I'm betting all the creators willingly chose to do this, meaning it didn't cost MiHoYo/Hoyoverse anything. Or if it did, they might have had to pay like some of the genuinely big ones. But the thing is, in the case of even some of the biggest singers in this, they've used MiHoYo songs to get views by singing them as covers. And MiHoYo hasn't claimed them. Which realistically, there are actually grounds that they could. So, this is why I feel very dicey when it comes to music on YouTube, and why I think that usually, if I hadn't seen a message outright telling me that I could do this, I wouldn't have done it. Because it wouldn't, in my opinion, fall under fair use. Which, you have to critique the content properly. And I'm not qualified to do that for music. Which is why my stance is so iffy on it, because the last thing I'd want is someone stealing my hard work, so why would I do that to anyone else? But that's where I stand on it. I'm sure that plenty of people disagree and will claim this counts as fair use. It kinda doesn't. There are actual strict guidelines for it, and in Asian countries, fair use kinda doesn't exist depending on where you go. So it absolutely wouldn't count. The only thing that saves certain YouTubers from doing it is the fact that YouTube follows American law specifically. Imagine everyone who Hoyo gives permission to stream this gets copyright struck by YouTube. Well, the thing is, it'd have to be MiHoYo who does it themselves, since they'd be the content ID owner. if someone else struck on their behalf, we'd be able to refute the claims. And we'd be able to get in contact with MiHoYo/Hoyoverse and they'd sort it. You literally can't do that if you don't own the property. And if MiHoYo said it after that message, I'd literally just show the screenshot of the message I got and be like, you literally gave us permission to do this. Face reveal, God no! God no! Not happening. Absolutely not. There have been instances in the past of YouTube striking accounts under other companies' names. No, this happens a lot, but the thing is, you can get those refuted. The one thing is YouTube themselves can't cancel the strikes, only because when it comes to copyright law, they're not allowed a middle ground, otherwise they could be open to a lawsuit themselves. So they leave it to copyright holders to do. But the thing is, the original intellectual property holder can get involved because it's their intellectual property, especially if they've got paid copyright on it. I remember when a developer uploaded footage of his own game and it got struck saying Sony owned it. That's interesting. The thing is, though, who does the copyright go to? Because if the game is made specifically, or it's copyrighted and published under Sony, then it is technically their property. You can't actually claim that you own it if they've got the copyright for it, because you're normally commissioned. It's like game devs when they belong to a studio. It doesn't belong to that individual person who made that asset anymore. It belongs to the studio paying them for their work. Yeah, but that kind of happens all the time. It won't be the first instance, and it likely won't be the last. It happens quite a lot. But the thing is, it really depends on who owns the IP and the copyright for the media. In this case, it'd be Hoyoverse/MiHoYo or Cognosphere, which is their parent company. And in all of those instances, there's physical proof, well, there's digital proof, that they gave us the permission to do this, or at least one of the members of their staff did. So, worst case scenario, I'd say that much, they'd have a look and I'd maybe have to private the video. I wouldn't likely get any kind of strike off it because there's proof that I was given permission to do so by the right holders, or someone acting on their behalf. It was a GTA designer who got struck by Rockstar. Yeah, but GTA's... do we really need to talk about most American game publishers? Like, there's been a lot of beef coming out about quite a few recently. Do we need to talk about the WoW developers and how bad they are? And how apparently gaming, working in the gaming industry in some cases like working in a frat. It's like, it's not overly shocking. Oh wow, Rockstar's American. I'll be honest, I thought they were British. No. Definitely not British. Pretty confident they're not. But either way, thank you all for joining in with this. As said, if you guys liked this, leave a comment after it uploads normally and let me know. And if I get permission in the future, then we can do live party watches. I don't mind, so long as I have permission to do it and it's not stealing from the original creators. Like, that's my issue with when people live stream stuff like this. If you don't add much to it, it may as well be content theft. And that, to me, is dodgy. I wouldn't like it if it was me. At least with games, even if I'm silent, I'm actively engaging with the media. This is literally just me watching something and giving my opinion on what I feel about it. And it's not constructive criticism or anything. It's just opinion-based, which isn't enough. So, take care, guys, and have a good one.